I absolutely think it's more important now than ever before. I mean, when you have people working from home, when you have them not in the same physical space, it is so easy to get disconnected. It is so easy to check out. And if you don't have those connective tissues in your organization, if you aren't really kind of consciously creating inclusive experiences and bringing people in, it is so easy for them to fall off. And what we've seen is the power of creating space for people to share their lived experiences. And it means that you have to allocate more time for conversation. It means that you have to give people the space to speak their mind and to feel like that what they have to say is valuable, especially during this pandemic where people are living this highly disruptive day-to-day situation, and they get easily distracted by the family, what's going on, by their pets, all the distractions they may not have if they were actually in the office. Work actually becomes another way to connect to something known, to something certain. But on the part of leadership, they actually have to make it that way, so that people want to engage and want to connect, and it becomes the tether that binds them back into the space that they know, versus all this other uncertainty that we're living in. It's a place where they can get inspiration, a place where they can get insights. Our work environment really has to be a space to inhabit where we can express ourselves with each other and feel like what we're doing is valuable and matters and contributes to something bigger.
I think that everyone's feeling a little, well, probably a lot isolated right now. And it's not just a physical isolation, but even a mental one, right? I recently wrote a blog post for Digitally Cognizant on this topic. And in it, I was very honest. I said, I've worked from a home office for, I don't know, probably 6 years or so. But the experience feels distinctly different now during this pandemic than it previously did, right? And so I think there's the loneliness and the feeling just from COVID-19, but there's also this whole polarization due to the racial injustice and social inequities and all of those things that you mentioned, Alan. So I think it's really important that we're utilizing the technology and tools that we have within our organizations to stay connected, but we're also utilizing the opportunities of all kinds of projects, teams, and groups as well to stay connected. And so, as part of my role, I also have responsibility for driving our affinity groups throughout the organization. And they are really doing the job of making sure that they all stay connected with each other as a whole inclusive organization, and really making sure that they're providing opportunities to really connect, as it relates to work, to connect as much as they can virtually/socially, right? But I think it's really critical because it's those social connections that really go a long way, that actually help to manage any stressors that come our way. And we know just from these past few months that these stressors abound and they are going to continue. So it's really up to us to continue to build that inclusive environment where people can connect.